Hey everybody. I just got inside from doing some yard work and I didn't take any video because my phone was inside charging dead. So basically I was pulling weeds, cleaning up all the old banana, um, dry banana plant leaves, pruning the fig tree again, getting a lot of the suckers off. Uh, Digging up the Jerusalem artichoke from the Luna's garden area and from the rosemary bush garden area. Uh, Excuse me. Just drank some soda. And I'll do a video of that. And when my chipper gets here, then I'll start working on the pile of prunings and things that are mulchable. So I went to a new to me yarn store in this area. It is called Mother of Yarn. It is in Chesapeake, Virginia. And it is on Battlefield Boulevard. You have to go across the little drawbridge. Not Let me see if she put a card in here. No, I don't think so. She didn't put a card in here. Hold on 1 second. I'll get you guys the address. Okay, it is located at 300 South Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake, Virginia, 23322. So if you're in this area or you're visiting to go to Virginia Beach and you want to go check out some of the local yarn shops, then I recommend Mother of Yarns, and I recommend Baba Sheep in Ghent in Norfolk. So Mother Yarns Chesapeake and Baba Sheep is in Norfolk, Virginia. So so I went there and hold on, let me move this screen because this is gonna be annoying. Let me move it to in front of me so I can see myself. Hey Ola Joe, hi. And this weekend also the what is it called, Mid-Atlantic Quilt Show or something like that is going on this weekend in Hampton. Yes, it's called the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival. It's February 27th through March the 2nd at the Hampton Roads Convention Center. So if you're local, then that is also an event that's going on here. And they do have yarn, and they have hey Kelly, and they have some fiber if you're a spinner. Usually I can't think of the name of her farm, but she has Rambouillet. She's a Virginia breeder and fiber seller and yarn seller. I can't think of her name right now, but she's usually at that quilt show. So okay. I went to Mother of Yarns, and it is so nice in there. It is nice and airy, very spacious. The shelving on the walls, they have the shelving on the walls. They have a gap for their counter area. Then they have a training area at the back to the right. And then they have some low shelving in different areas in the store. So it's easy for them to see people and for people to see other people, like, if you're talking to someone or whatever. And it's not crowded. They have plenty of yarn, but you have a nice, airy, welcoming, homey feeling and you don't have that clutter. Got to get everything in every little corner of the yarn store that we can. So they have kept the store in a nice where it's easy to walk around, it's easy to see everything. You know, it's just very nicely organized. I loved it. And so I have that yarn from Stitch Studio by Nicole. I used the last of my yarn. I had like a little bit of a remnant left, and so I made. Let me cut this. So I took what was left. Both of these are yarns that I use. Like this is yarn I got from Coordinated Colors yarn out of Yorktown when they were in business, and that was not a good experience. And that I've talked about that before in some old videos. But yeah, we were basically followed around the store, constantly asked if we could be assisted, and just, you know, shopping while black. That's the best way I can describe it. That's what it felt like. But I did buy this skein of yarn because my daughter wanted it, and I made a project for her. And this is some Stitch Studio by Nicole from AC Moore, that I had made my husband a scarf and fingerless gloves with. And this was the last of it. And the name of this colorway was Earth Tones. And so they had this, which is Lock Lomono, something like that. So they had this wool, and I can't see. I left my magnifying glass at home, so I'm trying to see if it has. It was made in Turkey. I'm trying to see what it is. 100% organic wool. Okay, so it's 100% wool. So as you can see, it's not the same, but it's very similar. So I'm making my husband a nice hat with this. I got 2 skeins of it. So I'm gonna make him a nice hat with it. Probably a cable hat. It'll be knit. And then they had like I have a virus shawl that was made from some Jane C. Brett yarn that Jan Carruthers over in the UK sent me several years ago. And it is lots of. I'll get it. Hold on. My room is in the process of being reorganized. I'm going to be moving all my yarn stuff downstairs to the old office that I used to be in before I moved up here to this room. So I got a lot of stuff I got to go through. So this is the shawl. So this is the yarn that I got to make me some fingerless gloves. And it's a Malabrigo. And there was only 1 skein of this, and I got it. Well, there was only 1 skein that was out. So okay. So that's gonna make, I'm making fingerless gloves to go with this shawl. So, and then the other thing that I got from the yarn store was some noob from Malabrigo fiber to spin. And let me see. It's number 809 Solus. So for those of you who might be interested in other spinners. So that was what I got from the Mother of Yarns yarn store. So what did I get from JoAnn's? The shelves were very empty, but they have boxes that's out, and they keep filling them up with yarn. And the lady said that they have another truck of yarn coming, So basically, they just put them in there in the bags. You can buy them by the bag, or you can break the bag open and buy it by, by the, if you just want a skein or so of a particular one. And they have some yarns in there that I hadn't seen before in JoAnn's. Real pretty yarns. I don't think I got any of it. I think I put it back. But the wood chipper is my birthday present to myself. Yeah, this is part of it too. So if I can get this open. Daggone, this lady tied this thing up so tight. Let me see. Try not to cut this bag. Let's see. Okay. Oh. All right. Crochet hook saves you every time. So I got 2 of these, and they were the only 2 on the shelf. They probably get some more in, but this is that red heart. It's coming up real pretty, real pretty. So crayon box. So I got 2 of those. And it is soft. This feels like the AC Moore, how AC Moore yarns feel. That's how this feels. So set it down here. And then I got this highlighter yellow. It's just not showing up as highlighter yellow on the screen. Oh well. But it's highlighter yellow. And because I have friends and family that are cowboy fans, I got a blue, one of the big ones, the jumbo, Super Saver Jumbo, because I know I'll be using it. And then for my daughter Marissa, she's my purple freak. They had this purple and black and lavender. So I got that to have it on hand for when she comes in here wanting something made for her. And then they had it's a lime green, but it's coming up. It's like a dark lime. It's coming up more like a yellowish green, and it's not the color. That was a big twist because I used that to make a ruffle hat, and I just love the way it came out. And of course, I grabbed some camo because that's what I use when I make my brother stuff. So that was my JoAnn's haul. And that place was crowded. And I met some nice ladies there. They had been over to the quilting convention. That's how I found out it was in town. They told me about it. And I was looking for the red heart, that cocoa yarn. They didn't have any in there. And then the lady told me that she got, was it the day before yesterday or sometime earlier in the week, she went to JoAnn's and they only had like 2 skeins of the cocoa left, and she got both of them. So yeah. So now, finished objects. I have, where are the other hats at? Oh. I've been making remnant scrappy hats from leftovers from projects. So I have 3 hats. Oh. And so I got these 3 finished. I just got to sew in the ends. I'm trying to see what else did I do, but I don't remember. I already gave it away. Gave it to the person that it was made for. I finished the cardigan for my friend. I just got to sew it together. So the cardigan is finished. It's in this bag. It just got to be sewn together. And So these are the sleeves. I use houndstooth on the ends of the sleeves. And for the pockets, I use houndstooth. The rest of it is just gray, black, nothing special. Now, for spinning, I'm right now. No, let me show you the last thing. On the needles. Okay, so this is the next hat that I'm making with the last of that yarn. That is the absolute last of it. And then this was a partial skein. Like I said, I'm making scrappy stuff. The other thing I'm working on is I'm putting a heel. I just gotta do the Kitchener and it'll be done. But my heel had worn off, so I pulled it apart and I picked up the stitches and then I knitted doing lunch yesterday. And I just gotta Kitchener it and it'll be done. But it don't match the other sock, but I don't care because it'll be in my shoe. And I love knitted socks, and if I can get away with patching and stuff, because the rest of the socks are fine, just needed a new heel. So hey, it is what it is. The other thing that I gotta do is my colorwork fingerless gloves. I gotta put a new thumb on in them. The thumb started unraveling, and I got tired of looking at it, so I pulled out the thumb, and I gotta pick up the stitches all the way around and redo the thumbs. This is what the thumb's supposed to look like. But I don't have any more of that yarn. World of Warcraft, y'all. For the horde. So I'm going to take and use my hand spun. Probably just some gray hand spun to do that thumb, or brown. So I'm just going to use some hand spun to fix that thumb. And hand spun. Okay, so I've been plying. All my bobbins were full. So I started plying. So there's like 2, 4, 6, 8. Still got 10 bobbins left to ply. Well, 13, 11, counting the one that's on the spinning wheel that I was plying. And so I'll show y'all what I've finished plying. And it just got to be washed. So I have 3 of the Robin's Egg Blue, which is Falkland. Really nice. I wish my husband had splattered some brown on it. That would have been cool. That brown and blue flecks. And I have 3 alpaca. It's like a chocolate brown. It's a little bit darker than what's showing up on the screen. It's like a dark chocolate. And then I have what I call remnant skein, which is a little bit of what was left over on the different bobbins. And then I have what is controlled chaos, which is a forced remnant skein, where I just take different strips of yarn fiber from different sources, and I just spin it all in one bobbin and then I ply it. And so you have a little bit of everything on the bobbin. On this skein. It's real pretty. So this is going to be a birthday present for my friend Ashley. Her husband's birthday, my birthday, and her birthday are like them and then me on the 5th. So I always give them hand spun for their birthday presents, because he knits as well. And then this is some what's called a natural black. It's a really super dark brown, a lot darker than what's showing up on the screen. And this is some Finn sheep. Henry is the name of the sheep. And it's beautiful, beautiful fiber. And I was looking to see if I had a bag of it over here, but I don't see it. I have some more of his fiber somewhere. No. But it's raw fleece, and I just spun it from the lock. It's very clean. He was coated, and just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fleece. And so that's everything that I have going on. I'll get some video footage of the garden, and like when I get the wood chipper and I start chipping on the mulch pile, I'll show that too. Just send me, contact me on Gmail, Don Delquan at gmail.com. And send me your mailing address. You missed out when I was giving away that nasty pink yarn that I had spun up to get it out my house. Ah, yeah, I do sell it from time to time, but it's been a while. Just send me your mailing address. I mean, your email through email, Delquan at Gmail, DALEQUAN at gmail.com. So, and then just tell me like what you're looking for, because I spend for the just for spinning. So if it's something that you want, I'm gonna have to wash it and thrack it and stuff like that. Other than that, I just spin it, throw it in a bag. I have hundreds of skeins of hand spun. I spin for the just for spinning sake. That's my, what's the word? That's my woosah is spinning. Woosah. So, yeah, well, I only bring in Blink when Luna requests an item. Like she requested that I make her the pink cow hat. And that's the other thing I finished. I finished a cow for her. I thought she wanted a cow, a pink cow. We were babysitting her when her mom was in the hospital having her brother. And I thought she was saying she wanted a pink cow. She has like a little lisp because she has a slight tongue tie. And so I made her a pink cow and I gave it to her. And she said, "This isn't what I wanted." And I was like, "But that's what you asked for." She said, "No, a cow, a moo, a cow." I said, "Oh, a cow." She said, "Yes, I want a cow hat." And I was like, "Well, okay, I can do that. I can do that." So I drew it up and I made it for her. And I don't know where it's at on this phone. I think I put it on Instagram. Let me look over there. Yeah, there you go. So she got a pink cow hat. And then all was right in the world. Yeah, a moo cow. Yep. So yeah, spinning is therapy. Spinning is therapy. And and the other thing that I liked about Mother Yarn is when I went in there, um, no one bothered me. No one followed me around the store. They just, "Hi, welcome to Mother Yarn. Let me know if you need some help." That was it. You were able to, me and my husband were able to just walk around and look at yarn, touch yarn, and figure out what we wanted, what we liked, and then go up to the counter, pay for our items, have a nice conversation with the ladies there, and they invited us back and told us to check out the website for when they have like crochet day, like we go over and group crochet nights and stuff like that. And so yeah, it was a very welcoming environment. So I like that. I like that a lot. So it didn't seem that like some places you go, it's like clicky, and so it didn't seem like that at all. So I like that. So cause I was like when I was looking at the fiber, I was like, I was telling my husband, I'm like, I don't know. They might bother me when they see me messing with the fiber. Because they'll be like, oh, that's not yarn, that's fiber. You spin that. That's usually what has happened in like when I've gone like out of town and stuff like that and gone to yarn stores on the way. Like I'll try and find a yarn store to go to a local one instead of going to a box store and get yarn, something to have for that experience, like when we go to Brooklyn, like we went over to Argyle and I bought a nice skein of what's the Japanese yarn? Uh Noro. I got a nice skein of Noro. It was their silk wool um blend with tinsel with sparkle in it. And I was looking at the fiber and the drop spindles and and the lady was like, oh, that's for hand spinning yarn. We have classes, blah 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 blah. They just assume you don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, why? You could say, hi, do you know how to spin? I would have said yes. Not just, talk down to me. So that's been my experience sometimes going to different yarn stores with how they treat women of color that come into the stores. If I'd have picked up some cotton, you wouldn't have said, let me stop. Let me stop being bad. So yeah. And that's one of the things I think that we all love about our YouTube community is how inclusive it is. We don't care what color you are. All we care about is your yarn and your yarn stats and what you're making. The more the merrier. You know, the more the merrier. That's what we care about with the YouTube community. Oh, my eyes look. It's weird being able to see myself not without my glasses, but I do have my glasses now for driving. So I'll let y'all see. For those who haven't seen them yet, see, here are my glasses. So I'll get my nerd on. So I'll start driving soon. My husband got to vet me first because it's been so long since I've been driving. So you want to make sure I'm haven't forgotten nothing. So I've been driving since I was like 8 or 9, like driving tractors in a farm and stuff like that. And then driving my daddy truck from our house to my grandma's house on a dirt road. As soon as we could see over the steering wheel and hit the brake and match the brake at it, we were driving. So yeah, it's gonna be fun getting back on the road. So I can actually read if I have my glasses on for distance. I can sit back here and I can read the screen without having to get right up on the thingy. And this is my dry belt for my Magic Rose spinning wheel. And I don't spin on it because of the treadle action, but I wanted to put the dry belt on it because I'm probably gonna sell it. So I want it to be, fully functional because it's just sitting there. I think it's a dry belt. What is this? What is this? Yes. So that's the dry belt for the Magic Rose. It's a little spaghetti string kind of thing. This is it's rough feeling, so that's how it grips till you get your tension on it. and everything. And she sent this little sample, some blues. It's got silk in it, so it's probably merino silk. It's got a little bit of purple in it too. Let me see. I don't know if y'all can see it, like right up in there. It looks gray, but it's a purple. This is about a half an ounce. So if I spun it fine and I spun it as a single, it'll be enough to make like a little lace project with it. But probably spin it, do a 3-ply with it, and add it to a hat, to like the brim of a hat. So it'll be nice. And it'll actually go good with that Malabrigo. Yeah. It'll look good with this. So yeah, those will look nice together. So I'll put them in the bag together. So yeah, so that's gonna be getting fixed, tested. I gotta get all the bobbins and stuff for it together, and then it's gonna go on the market because I have stuff that I'm not gonna use, and I want to try to downsize. I know what I like. I know I love spinning. I know I love crochet and knitting. I know I love art. I don't write as much as I used to, so I have a bunch of books on writing and stuff like that. And same thing with the web design and programming and stuff like that. I don't need the technology is changing so fast that I can go to W3C online and learn it there without having to have books on it. So I got a lot of books that can be donated or somebody can buy them. People who like making those what do they call it when they when they do the mixed media in the book altered books. And they could use them for altered books and stuff like that. So what are you guys making? What are you working on today? I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go, and I can watch y'all while I apply. What I'm applying now is the mulberry, and I know I have some more skeins of it. So this is the mulberry. It's real pretty purples, blues, a little bit of grayish blue in there, and the colorway is based off of, we have white mulberry trees here, but even though the berry is white on the outside, when the birds poop, that's what it looks like. So that's why we call it mulberry. You should call it mulberry bird poop. But yeah, so if you have a white car and you live where I live at in Berkeley, you see this. See birds decimating your vehicle all spring long when them berries start forming. Working on a blanket, for an adult or a child. And if anyone is local, or even if you're not local and you pay for the shipping and you want some Jerusalem artichokes to add to your garden, uh, contact me at delquan@gmail. I have tons of Jerusalem artichokes, and I still haven't dug them all up. I got to get out there with the shovel and dig deep. These things went, because my soil and where I had planted them at is so nice, they went really deep, like almost down to the clay level. And that's how deep I got to dig to get all these things up out of the garden. And they make sure where you plant them at is where you want them at, because they spread like nobody's business. I'm finding them 3 and 4 feet away from where the actual plants were. Yeah, yeah. So they're like mint. They spread like crazy. So if you want Jerusalem artichokes, I would advise you to grow them in container. Do not put them in the soil because they I actually make some little ones that's about that tall. They look like little, some of them look like little onions almost, or there's like miniature Jerusalem artichokes. They're a little small, a little nubby, and they're about that big. So if I hadn't had my surgery on my eyes, I wouldn't have seen them. That's how, So yeah, so you might want to be, using your sifter too if you're trying to make sure you get them all up in that area. So once spring gets here good and they start coming up, then I'll know for sure if I missed any, and I can just go ahead and dig those up and then move them where I want them to be. They're really good at breaking up soil. So um once I finish chipping on the right hand side of the garden where we got the pile at to be mulched, I'm gonna plant some more over there and that on that side because they are really good at breaking up the soil, and so that'll come in handy as I try to improve the soil on that side of the garden. So, but yeah, but don't put them in your nice garden area. Trust me, these things can live on poor soil. So, but if you are looking for some to grow in a to grow in a container or to have in your garden, just let me know. Just send me an email and let me know. As long as you pay for the shipping, I'll send you some because I have a bunch of them, and they taste good too. They take on the flavor of what you're cooking it with. So if I was gonna make a stew, instead of using potatoes, I could use the Jerusalem artichokes. And instead of using like if I was gonna have a gravy, I could just add it to like if you did like an onion soup, you could add them to the onion soup, and they'll pick up the flavor of the onion soup, and then you could cut them up and make a mash with them or something like that. It's a very versatile vegetable, but but it does, and the flowers are gorgeous. The flowers are beautiful. So if you want them just for the flowers, I would say put them in a big pot and grow them for the flowers. Um, and then just know that after a year or two you're going to have to separate them out. Yeah. So but I'm gonna let y'all go, so whoever is up next, go ahead and get ready. Thank y'all for showing up and enjoying my little yarn haul. And once I finish spinning this other not spinning applying this other fiber, I'll do another video to show y'all those skeins of yarn too. So y'all take care. Love y'all. Take care.